thinking purposes. Now it's sunk. Podcast thing for Nexus Lives 2. Actually, it's 3. Because I made a single one without you guys, because you're lame sauce.
Look, I have problems.
Doesn't count.
Sweet, she has problems. This is a perfect time, because last I want to talk about myself. So we're going to move this on to, what's your name?
My name is Kelsey, and I play the guitar. What are you?
Awesome.
That's what a guitar sounds like.
Sounds right. Sounds like what a guitar sounds like. So, Kelsey that plays guitar, what kind of guitar do you like to play?
Well, I have my baby, which I don't necessarily play for this project, but it is my 1991 Les Paul Studio Light. It's beautiful. It's a blue color. You might have seen it on our Instagram. I like to brag about it sometimes.
It's in our music video, too.
It is. It is in our music video. It is currently in D right now or not D. It is in D. I can't talk.
D standard?
D standard instead of C, like we normally play in. For my other musical interest projects, which I don't work on because I spend all of my time on Nexus Lives.
And napping.
And napping.
And dying.
And dying.
Mostly dying.
Mostly just dying over the last 2 months. But I'm not dead now. I feel pretty alive.
Wow.
No, this is awkward.
I'm still alive.
We didn't even do like a proper introduction.
We don't need a proper introduction. I'll have it going down the bottom. But if you need an introduction because you can't read,
Some people
I am Kurt Wondrely. This cousin MFer back here is Flynn, the semen demon, Shimada. And that is Kesh.
Kelsey.
Tell them your weeb name.
My weeb name? That is my weeb name.
Katsurushi.
No, that's my PlayStation name. Now everyone's gonna be my friend on PlayStation.
You don't even play PlayStation.
I'm Nexus.
You don't have time for PlayStation.
Lives.
I don't.
That was on purpose. That was a test.
Yes, and yeah, we're Nexus Lives.
Yeah, but my tag on PS4 is Nexus Lives. So, you know, if I'm ever on there, which I'm not because I'm too busy practicing.
Legitimately.
I just set everything to offline. My Facebook, my PlayStation, AIM when I had it. It was always offline, so no one can bother me because...
Listen, you silly boys. Don't you be hitting on me because I'm a girl gamer. Gaming because I'm a girl.
You can hit on me, silly boys, because I'll pretend to be a girl gamer.
I've done it before. I need the attention.
That's why we're rock stars. Because we're attention whores.
You love attention so much.
He loves, yeah, I know. He's a master. He's always like super quiet. It's like all talk. Second anything's recording, makes weird faces, hides himself.
He's actually very loud. Most of the time.
You're loud.
I think it's the opposite. You remember the first podcast when I tried to start a sentence like 4 or 5 different times? You guys just...
Oh, it's going to happen again today. Don't
cut me off.
We didn't cut you off. You just don't speak up.
This is a Kelsey-centric podcast. I'll have sexy pictures of her scrolling past the screen while she's talking to her. It'll be great.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about your baby. Your guitar.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, she's talking about her guitar baby.
I mean, that's really the end of the statement is my Les Paul is my baby.
Then you mentioned other music that you do, but you don't do because you're too busy doing Nexus Lives. What is that? Let's hear about your hippie music.
It's not hippie music. This is why I don't talk about my other music.
It's not hippie music. It's indie trash.
I make indie
it's
trash.
Not trash. It's not trash. It's great. I've totally heard it. One song.
I sent you like 5 songs and you didn't listen to them.
Oh wait, no, I did listen to them. It was 4.
Put them suckers on.
That was also
Anyway.
2.5 years ago.
Put them on Spotify. That'll be great.
Well, Okay, so I only have scratch tracks right now, which is basically just we played to a click. We played the initial acoustic guitar and sang, and then we got rid of the click, so it's just acoustic guitar and me singing. It's not very exciting. It will be kind of like darker folk music. My favorite band is Wilco. So
Yeah, welcome.
Which I guess is darker music.
it's sometimes A Ghost is Born is kind of dark.
Ghost.
Anyway, that is not
say
music
anything
for
about
this podcast, really. Probably. I mean, if you like Wilco, let me know, because we can chat about Wilco.
She doesn't want you to find her
What
on
about Wilco? We're
PlayStation
talking
or
about your
AIM,
project.
but she
What's
wants to
your project
chat.
called?
My project is called Ghost Children, and I should have an EP out hopefully in January or February. We're
Sometime in the
gonna
1920s. Or the 2020s.
it's sometime in the 2020s. We'll probably just record it over the course of a few days. But yeah, look for that and be highly disappointed that it's not metal at all.
In the year of good vision, her EP and the Nexus Lives EP should be out.
Yes. That's news. That's not really news yet.
It is news. It's the biggest news. We're going to be on Metal Sucks and everything.
Our metal does suck.
What is Metal Sucks?
What is Metal Sucks? It's like it's a website zine thing that covers metal music.
I see. Cool.
Indeed. So, what are your other inspirations other than that band that I totally remember the name of?
Flynn Wesley. Yeah, what else do you like? Deeply offended, can't process.
I have a lot of interests. I like some more weird music, like ritual dark ambient, neo-folk. I do listen to a lot of indie trash. I like K-pop. I really kind of listen to a lot of different things. It's hard to just name bands. I was gonna go see The Who, but I was dying, so I didn't. I was gonna go see Ghost, but I was dying, so I didn't.
How ironic.
What have I been listening to? I did go see Anamanaguchi. I was not dead for that. So that is another band that I just named that exists.
That is another band.
She did not make them up.
Now, to clarify, when she says...
Oh, Coheed and Cambria is probably my second favorite band. But maybe not their newer music. I really only like up until like Good Apollo 2. Shh. Sorry.
Anyway. When she says The Who, because The Who did not just roll through Cincinnati. Not The Who that you were probably all
She means the current, like...
the Mongolian folk rock band.
It's so cool. They use traditional instruments in singing and they mix it with metal music. That's probably my favorite kind of thing, is like fusion music.
That's Who with an H-U. It's for, people who want to look it up. It's pretty cool stuff.
Anybody that's like probably like 30 or younger knows who we're talking about.
Maybe. I wouldn't assume. I would not assume that people know. The videos. Did
What
make the
rock have you
rounds.
been under? It was kind of like a big
A lot of
everywhere at
people
one
live under
point.
A lot of rocks. As much as we enjoy it, it's,
What are
it's still obscure.
I'm gonna refresh my memory on what my musical taste is that I like.
She's so inspired that she has to look it up on her phone.
Look, I like a lot of music, and sometimes I forget which I like more, because I like too many different things. So you guys go. What are your biggest inspirations?
I like to really credit Ghost Children for turning my life around. I was lost, and then I was found through the power of Ghost Children. and also with you. Wait, no.
What?
Sorry, I'm not gonna plug Ghost. Oh wait, I already did.
You already did.
I can't really cite them as an influence.
I've been listening to a lot of Pussifer. I'm looking at my Spotify. It's helping refresh my memory.
Unpopular opinion. I hate that song, like the High Road or whatever that they got. I hate it.
It's the one that I really like. God.
The Remedy?
That's it. Yeah. I really like The Remedy.
That album is great in general.
Too much else by them.
Kind of like it a lot more than the more recent Tool album, honestly.
Woohoo! Somebody that agrees with me on that. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to agree with you on that, but it's been underwhelming for me. And The Money Shot is just such a good album.
It was called The Money Shot. You can't do that as family programming.
No, it's not. I'm gonna mark it for not kids, because that's literally the decisions. It's for kids and not for kids on the YouTube.
Both of them, both tags,
those
for kids and not for kids.
Those are the only two choices. It's a new thing because of the FCC is getting on YouTube so they can't advertise towards children anymore. So you have to mark if it's for children or not, and that way, if it's not for children, then you get advertisement.
I see.
Yep, and they might be getting rid of demonetization is the other big thing I'm hearing.
Weird.
Because there's people out there.
There's been too many ads on YouTube.
Well, the demonetization thing is because it's like a lot of it's for people that's putting more risque things like we would probably be putting. Yeah. But so because of that, there actually is a lot of advertisers that are saying we actually want to advertise on more risky stuff. So they're going to start trying to put more effort into actually targeting what kind of advertisements go to certain types of videos, depending on if they have more mature content or not. Which is smart because it'll probably give them a higher ad revenue.
I really don't. I honestly, if someone wants to come up with something that's not YouTube but is YouTube, like I will in a heartbeat switch to that.
People have been trying.
Just one ad, please. Just one ad per video. Yeah. That's all I ask. I'm not gonna give you money. I'm not. But I'm not gonna sit here and try and use your service with 13 goddamn ads for like a 30-minute video.
It's getting bad.
I don't.
She dropped the GD.
Oh no.
It's not for kids this year. And here we are posting this on YouTube.
Exactly. Well, everybody does. There's like a million videos of everybody slamming on YouTube on their YouTube videos. Because YouTube's been making a lot of mistakes. But hopefully they will rectify that.
We can only hope.
We can.
Oh yeah.
Hope is for suckers.
Music. What's your favorite inspirational music that's not Ghost Children?
Inspirational music?
I don't know. What inspires
what got you to
be a musician?
Yeah, what got you dropping that thick bass?
Those thick bass ropes. Honestly, the band that got me into bass was Korn. Like, tried and true, my favorite band for the longest time. I mean, say what you want about Fieldy, but I really loved his sound. That's what got me into bass in the first place.
I also appreciate their bass.
That and Red Hot Chili Peppers. A little bit after that, Metallica. These are all things from like high school and whatever. After that, I started getting into a mutual friend of ours got me into Rammstein back in high school, and that moved on to Oomph and KMFDM, Icebreaker, Megahertz, bunch of German New Deutsche Harte bands. The Who. Basically, if it's got a good steady beat to it, and it's like, I don't know, got like that militaristic feel to it almost, then I'm into it.
Good beat and militaristic feel. So then you're totally into Five Finger Death Punch.
No. How do you feel about military pop, like Dernier Volante? Oh, or Death in June, or Death in Rome. Von Thronstal.
I'm willing to
Wait, no, not Von Thronstal. I'm not a Nazi, I swear. Just kidding. I mean, they're good, but I'm not a Nazi.
Wait, what?
If you just drag out the awkward silence long enough, Kelsey cracks under the pressure. That's what we just witnessed here right now.
Well, I'm sitting here just like throwing Nazi bands.
Let me just throw out marching rhythms, like marching tunes.
Like Von Thronstal.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm going back to me because you just keep going back to you. You think you're so cool.
Kurt said this podcast was about me this episode, so
yeah, Kelsey's the highlight.
Were we on the air for that? Or was that before we went on?
We're on, man.
Man, she really went with it. Like,
she's Morris Day. You're Jerome.
Usually.
I'm always really quiet.
Hey, don't get self-conscious now. Hey, no, get back on the edge of this bed. Do as you're told.
Yeah, I handed it to Kelsey and then she passed it off to you, semen demon.
Yeah, I didn't even ask for this. This is what you wanted.
I was just trying to make conversation. You said a bunch of things and then I asked.
I'm also especially inspired by the voices of our generation, the Keshas and the Katy Perrys, the Demi Lovato's and the Ariana Grandes.
Come on, man. Everybody knows that like Little Pip is the voice of today.
You Lady Gagas and your
not anymore. He's dead. He can't be the voice anymore.
Of course he can. Dead. Kurt Cobain was like the voice of the fucking 90s and he fucking died halfway through.
Okay, good point.
That is the point.
The shirt wants to come off so bad.
The audience wants it to come off too. I think Darth Vader's watching and he's like,
like, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you would like for this shirt to pop off randomly. Either this video or the next.
This isn't live.
Disclaimer: her shirt will not really pop off.
No, she needs to get more swole first.
Keep trying, Hulk.
Bruh, do you even lift?
Bust that bust. Look at them guns. That's what we're doing. We're doing a gun show off right now. Let's see them guns there, Flynn.
I got nothing for you, bud.
Not even the truffle shuffle.
That's how you show off your guns. Is you grab your pot belly and just wiggle it around. I don't know. I had more thoughts, but my thunder keeps getting stolen. So tell us about the shitty music you listen to, Kurt.
The shitty music I listen to, I talked about it on the last one, but you guys weren't around for that I did.
Well,
it was fantastic.
I don't know. I want the cliff notes. Tell us something you didn't tell us last week.
For all the people that didn't
watch
listen,
that video.
You know, I talked about how I like Galacticon. And how I'm also heavily influenced by the Guilty Gear OSTs.
How you got a hard on for everything Brendan Smalls and Andrew WK.
Oh, I do love Andrew WK too. I talked about him as well and how pretty much I'm heavily into music primarily because of Andrew WK from the Spike Video Game Awards.
He starts like heavy breathing and dry heaving and pillow humping.
Met him 3 times. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, and each time he just wants to get away from you.
Oh, don't say that. He waited for like 3 hours just to meet me in that line.
He waited for you.
I'm usually a lot farther ahead.
You didn't wait for him.
He probably only has to wait like 10 minutes to get to me because I'm usually at the front of the line because I'm there before everybody else is.
God, you waited 3 hours.
No, I didn't.
No, I mean, God, that's got to be an exaggeration.
Well, that's how he got popular. Is that he would wait for literally everybody. So he would be there all night meeting fans forever. There's even like a little documentary that some fans made, and they are out the whole night after the show. And it's just like all the antics that the band's doing while Andrew WK is signing everybody's autographs.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be that dedicated, right?
Well, that's my goal. I'll at least be that dedicated. They'll be sleeping, and I'll be out dying. And be like, oh, no more 19-year-old boobs to sign. No.
I can't see another titty.
Not one more.
It depends on
I'm
how
gonna go
cold it
for
is.
the older ones, so I could beat you on like total age with like half as many signed beers.
Well, see, the older ladies would be great because then I can make my name really fucking big.
Gotta really practice your big.
I'll be able to like a scroll, just write it right out. It'd be amazing.
Ooh. Can I sign someone's scrotum like that? I just pull it and just write it.
Well, so
There'd
here's
probably
the
be
thing.
a good line
You
of guys
can-
into that.
It's really easy for a lady to wear like a low cut top, so like you can get at the cleavage area with signing.
Well, it's not
But
indecent
dudes-
exposure to pull your balls out. It's just the dick, right? You
I'm
just, you
pretty
got
sure
one
it's all of that.
It's the entire thing.
It's great too because like
just
technically women's breasts is indecent exposure, but this is how police respond to that. Oh, you can't do that, ma'am. You're just not allowed to free the nipple. I'm sorry, guy.
Yeah.
Half of a testicle even remotely thinks about jumping out of his
Double
pants.
standard.
You are under arrest, sir. What do you think you're doing?
Double standards.
I'm just saying, as a rock star,
Well,
like
they
I
don't
do
even
want to
have to,
sign
like,
titties,
as low
but
as
I
you're
just
allowed to
want to
wear your
sign
shirt. You
like
don't have
a
to.
dick, just once, just one person.
You can do it.
Only
You just
one,
can't do it in like
please.
a signature like line public thing. If someone's like backstage, yeah, well by all means.
Yeah, they get their backstage pass.
Backstage dick signing pass.
If you want Kelsey to sign your dick, buy the backstage pass.
Yeah.
Every time, you can't be sure that it'll happen the first time. Just keep buying.
It'll be the deluxe edition backstage pass. Some meet and greet with Kelsey Dick sign.
Her name is Kelsey Dick Sign.
I mean, I think it depends on how much like. Yeah, never mind. I would much rather sign some titties. I'm sorry, guys. I do, it's like a dream of mine to sign a dick. But after the first dick, I'm gonna.
I'll sign a dick,
It'll be
but with only
old news.
extra fine Sharpie,
Backstage.
really sharp needle ones.
Oh, dang.
So if you want your dicks signed by Flynn, buy the backstage pass, and know what you're in for.
All right.
Never mind.
Nexus Lives will sign whatever backstage.
Don't open up that can of worms. We should be very specific on what we will sign. Don't just say we'll sign anything, because like someone will come up with something stupid. Like, hey, will you sign my half-rotted pig carcass, please? Like,
I'd sign his half-rotted pig carcass.
That'd
That'd be easier.
Well, that's like a first step. Like this will escalate into like other terrible things.
Sign my aborted baby.
Oh my god! No! So, how did the Cincinnati music meeting go?
Don't just you can't just do
Segway!
You can't just do that non sequitur shit.
I felt like the conversation had hit a wall, and there was
She
nowhere
couldn't
to
handle
go
it.
after aborted baby sex.
Couldn't handle
It hit an
There's many
apex.
places we could go.
An apex of comedic standards that you just can't top. That's why.
This is a subject though that does bear some interest. I'm interested to hear anyway. Because I wasn't.
Oh yeah, what happened at the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it pretty much went like this. This is a meeting to discover to talk about how talking about our Cincinnati little clique club thing that we talked about before.
Support group.
Yeah, music support group. Its name's probably going to change soon because we all voted on like concertum or something. But yeah,
That's
so
not the collective.
no, that's not the collective anymore. But so with the meeting with Ray Renee and stuff like that, so it pretty much boiled down to it was a meeting of themes. So it was like a discussion between 4 people because that's all that was there this time was 4 people. But it's also like the day before Thanksgiving, so
Tonight.
that happens. So it was pretty much just discussing like what their outline was, and it was pretty much just saying that the plan is to have everybody interconnect and meet and help each other, but without, us doing everything for you.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to sum it up, because it could literally get summed into something that short. Just, and then other guy that was there, I can never remember his name, but he's the really cool guy that was super
He had
into
a lot of
making
ideas at the
yeah
first meeting.
yeah So his idea of turning it into a nonprofit got shot down, which I kind of agree with, because it just puts too much red tape in it, because it's not supposed to be like an actual organization of sorts. It's just supposed to be a way for everybody to connect and be a group and to support each other as a whole.
Yeah.
Versus to be a money plan. Like, we're not like, they're not trying to make a label or anything, which is almost what he was kind of doing, was trying to make it a non-profit label.
Well, that was one of the ideas that was thrown out. It was like have a bunch of basically businesses that ran through the nonprofit, which ironically generates a lot of profit. It's a slippery slope.
It is.
Exactly.
Like that.
I mean, if we had, like,
after
a year, I think
opposed
that
to
might
it.
be something that the collective, or whatever the new name is,
Yeah.
could take on. But we have to have some kind of community, some kind of foundation to build off of first.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all this is. The whole thing, she's just trying to make an actual community, because, like,
What's it called
so
again?
everybody knows everybody.
Concertum?
So it's like the Cincinnati Musicians Concertum or something?
Cincinnati Musicians Concertum
Yeah. That's the one that got the most votes
out of 4.
out of what
Did it
they
get 2?
proposed. No, it got a bunch.
Oh, was it posted on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
You voted on it. The very one that won, you actually put a vote in towards it. You did, because your picture is like one of the first ones there with your little bass and you're like flicking your hair. You actually voted on multiples.
You do tend to do that.
I don't recall voting on any name. I'm wondering if someone got on my Facebook and did it for me.
That'd be hilarious if that was the case, because you voted on the day that
pretty sure
meetings
you
happened
did.
too.
I did vote on I do remember voting
Because
on the day of the
those
meeting.
votes popped up at the same time, and you
And I
voted on both of them.
I voted on a bunch of the dates, like all the ones that I was available for, and then I was not available for any of them.
Yep, sounds about right.
But I don't remember voting on a name. But whatever, it's fine.
But yeah, so it's pretty
All
much that.
drinking and heroin.
All those hookers and blow.
So yeah, so it was just that. Hardly anybody showed up, but like 15 people watched it. They didn't ask any questions, but
Okay.
there really wasn't any questions to ask.
So
It was pretty
who was-
straightforward and simple.
Who all was there? It was you, guy whose name we can't remember.
Yeah, and now,
Renee.
and now you're gonna put me on the spot, and make me feel terrible because it's somebody I do know,
And
but I don't know her name.
Bach. I don't know how to say her last name.
Yeah,
It's Melissa though, right?
I believe yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the dude's manager.
Yeah, she's his manager, and she's got roots deep in Cincinnati music.
Yes.
Like Ray as well.
Yeah,
They got their fingers in places.
they're kind of going for the pulse.
Yeah, that's the PG way to put it. Thank you, Kurt. It's a shit.
That's how it's done.
So that's what we got. How long was the meeting? The first one
Oh, the meeting.
was like
It
3 hours. Man.
it pretty much, we started at around 9, and then it went until 10, and then after it was over, we stayed around for about 2 hours BSing after that.
Oh.
So I was just talking with Ray and the other one.
And it
the whole time.
It moved to Legends from
Yeah, from
Gene Hops and Vine.
the Hops and Vine place across the street, because that place was packed with people. So I was like, man, it technically would have still worked there since there was only 4 of us. But if anybody more like the first one showed up, it would have been pointless.
More than a table's worth of people.
Because there'd be no way to discuss anything.
Damn. But I guess Legends had that back area. People weren't really.
Well, what happened was that they were supposed to have a drag show there, and then the people that booked the drag show booked it in a different location and then ditched them and didn't tell them that they booked in a new location,
That's crappy.
and screwed Legends over, so they had a dead bar.
That's shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like Legends, I hate to hear that happening to them.
Yeah, they had, to my surprise, had red jumpsuit apparatus play there.
Oh yeah, it was a few weeks ago. Well, month ago now.
What? They're still around?
Yeah.
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 This was actually right before the last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're talking about. They packed up the place, but like they only have limited seating. But they were still excited that they were able to get Red Jumpsuit to come to Legends.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, to me that would be almost like them doing Legends a favor, because I think they could have easily filled Bogart's, which has a higher capacity.
Oh, I'd say yeah, absolutely.
Especially around here, because, you know, that kind of music. The Cincinnati all the way up to Dayton friggin' loves that style of music, since this is kind of like its birthplace.
That style of music.
Yeah.
But I only know like a couple songs by Red Jumpsuit. I don't
Gotcha.
know what their whole catalog sounds like as a
Well,
whole.
it's the music that all the kids going to Hot Topic in the early 2000s would be listening to.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
on the
that's why
radio
Red
recently.
Jumpsuit was on Madden 2003. Royalties. Yeah, because I imagine that kind of music and Hot Topic and, you know, Madden are like, you know, have similar
Yeah.
demographics of people. No, early 2000s Hot Topic was like, I remember like, yeah, like, okay, I'm going to say this.
It was
This was
all
also
up in-
on Madden 2003. Good Charlotte.
Yeah. Good Charlotte was in there.
Green Day and
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, it was all like emo and pop punk stuff.
Yeah.
Never really got into the pop punk culture, but I did.
Really? Because you look like you're ready for the Black Parade.
Yeah, right?
I did really like old MCR. Their first 2 albums are good. But I was more into the melodic emo music. Not necessarily the full-on
Like
screamo.
Mindless MSI. What is it? Is that right?
Mindless MSI.
Is that right? Is it
I-
Scuba Suit?
Don't think that they're emo, but yes, I did like
Oh, I thought it was
Mindless Self-Indulgence
I just
a
went
lot.
that as like melodic because we listened to a little bit of it on the car a couple of days ago, and it's like the most melodic thing.
Oh, it's
I've
great.
fucking heard.
It's great. I was thinking more along the lines of like Circus Survive. I like Chiodos a little bit.
She's gonna name drop so many obscure bands.
I like music.
Don't think them.
Hey, if you're a musician that, you know, doesn't listen to at least like 3 obscure bands, you're probably not really a musician.
That's rude. You can
Yeah.
be a music.
What
Those things
obscure
are
bands
not
do you
mutually
like,
obscure.
Charles?
Those things aren't mutually exclusive. You can listen to a bunch of really popular stuff and also be a musician.
But still,
Well, not wrong.
without trying, if you're really into music, you're probably at least listening to 3 obscure bands that people are like, who the hell is that?
I don't know. I don't think
You literally dropped a bunch of them, Charles.
I know. But I'm defending the people who don't listen to that stuff.
Well, then there are
And
12.
also play an instrument. Because what does it take to be a musician? You play a musical
No.
instrument. Yes.
They're not as good at it as us, Charles.
That's a qualitative thing. And it's relative. And that's like your opinion, man.
I know so many obscure bands.
Yeah, and you
that
name
makes
dropped
me-
half of them. Nah, quarter. Keep going, though.
No.
I'm not shaming you. But I kind of am.
This is the archive of obscure bands podcast.
So I make this request. If you do name drop...
I mostly.
Can I finish? If you do name drop an obscure band, say it slow and say it clear so that the audience at home can write it down and look it up.
See, you missed
So the
a
very-
perfect
at the-
rhyme there, Charles. You should have been like, say it slow, say it clear, so the audience can hear.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, I don't think I've been going too far into obscure bands, but I am name dropping them to see
wish
if any of our fans
Had a better voice.
like them.
Had some better words.
Because I
I
will
wish I
talk
didn't
to
have
you
to
about
rhyme every
these.
time I sang.
bands.
There he goes, talking right over the lady.
I wasn't
Chauvinist.
done making fun of you.
No
Or
respect.
you. I don't have respect for either of you.
How could you?
Wow.
You should at least respect me.
Yes.
Wow.
my lead guitarist and my lead singer with their absolute wankery. Listen. I got words. I ain't afraid to use them. Sorry, you were saying. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wasn't done speaking, and you started trying to talk over me. That's what really happened here.
There he goes, mansplaining.
Doesn't mansplaining usually begin with like actually?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get any of that
Actually,
crap.
Kurt, mansplaining is when
I thought mansplaining was just when a guy explained anything to anyone at any time, and then they're just like, "Cut your mansplaining."
It could be. Depends on your
Your
definition of
explanation would be better if a woman said it.
Well, duh.
mansplaining. I do find Whitney's voice is more aesthetically appealing and pleasing to my ear. So yeah, it would be better. I do listen to a lot of female vocal-led bands.
Yeah.
Some with some pretty obscure
Love
names
Nightwish.
that people maybe aren't super familiar
Within Temptation.
I do really like it Within Temptation. I remember when we first started this band, I was really into what Icon for Hire, Fit for Rivals, stuff like that. Stitched Apart. Some good stuff. Oh no, what was that one? They had like the Mad Max music video.
Oh yeah, the
Unleash
the Archers. Yeah.
Unleash the Archers. Oh man, that's
I still have.
awesome.
their stuff is pretty awesome. She's pretty awesome. I don't know her name.
When I very first joined the band,
Your wife.
I had like three bands that I was supposed to look up, and Unleash the Archers was one of them. It has like really
rightfully
shitty guitar tabs written out for one of our first songs. I think it was for We're Not Strong Enough, and then bands like Oomph is on that list.
Why did we have those bands written down? Things that influence us?
I don't
It
know.
was probably to get like the idea for like a style or something, maybe. I don't know.
And then you just wrote every song anyway, so we just play in Kurt's style.
Well, I don't think it was for musical style. I think it was for like visual style.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If
I know
Oomph-
Andy asked me when
If
she
Oomph was on that list,
drumming.
and I haven't seen any of us wear like a top hat and that Clockwork Orange.
Well, you probably just listed Oomph because you're like, I love Oomph, listen to Oomph, always listen to Oomph. Now, Oomph Icebreaker, listen.
Hey
Do it.
Kurt, don't you really like Oomph now?
Oh, I freaking love Oomph. Oh my god, my life, I didn't realize
That's Oomph.
wasn't so perfect until I heard Oomph.
OOMPH exclamation point. The exclamation point's very important. 90s and now German band. I don't want to say like industrial or metal. They've changed a lot over the years.
They're
A lot of
forever evolving.
Their really early stuff sounds like, something you might hear on Mortal Kombat. And then like somewhere in the middle they did like a lot of like opera rock, and there's some like a lot of pop rock nowadays. Has been for a while, but no, they've changed a lot. Like that grunge to like some real straight metal. I don't know. There's my obscure drop of the day. Are you happy? You asked for this.
You already dropped him.
Did.
Yeah, I did technically already drop it, but now it's
I don't
musician
mean,
spotlight.
Look, I don't mean
Talking over me
to
again.
drop obscure artists. That's not my thing. That's not my jam.
Could
I
be.
just like music, and I spent a lot of time during my late teens, early 20s, just writing down every band that anyone ever told me, and then I would look it up, and then I would look up the bands that their members were in, and then I would download that. Don't download music, it's bad. And then I would
Download music. Download our music.
Yes.
yeah, so,
Don't. She's trying to cripple us here.
well, I meant illegally. Don't
You
download.
didn't say illegally.
Don't
You
download.
can do
Everyone downloads music now.
Everybody
It's all
downloads
very
music
illegal.
illegally all the time.
She's still living in the late 90s with her Kazaa
I mean-
and her LimeWire.
Exactly. Plus, technically, I don't think
Yeah,
anybody
so-
actually
I use
downloads
SoulSeek,
music unless they're like
excuse me?
old as hell now, because everybody just streams it now.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's true.
So you don't have to worry about people pirating because they just listen to it on SoundCloud and Spotify.
I suppose you can do that on like your mobile device, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But I would know.
on our awesome.
Yeah, I was still like
our
assuming that people
awesome
made like
mobile devices.
made like a workout playlist, and like listen to songs that they had downloaded on their iPods.
The iPods.
If it's
iPhones and Androids.
I got a crappy fake Chinese like MP3 player thing that I do my vocal exercises in my car with.
Nice.
Someone gave me a Zune like a year and a half ago.
Oh dang! Was it Peter Quill?
It was me. I won that Zune in an art contest.
Sweet.
But now they don't make any programs that
Yeah,
are
you need a-
compatible.
you need
You actually need to
A
download
program to download the program that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so it's just
The Zune is
A Zune
it's a
with, like-
husk of technology.
you get music from 2000 and like 13 and before. It's a lot of mixtapes I made
There's, like,
for my
60 songs on
ex-boyfriend.
here.
Gotcha. I only won
Have fun with
$100 on my
What,
contest.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the Zune is.
You don't even know what the Zoom
You
is?
lost my gifts!
I think it's in a shoebox that hasn't been unpacked yet from the move.
Hey man.
I didn't know we could use it. I thought we needed the program. Do you use it at all?
No, I mean, as long as you charge it, you can still listen to the music that's on there.
You can totally rock the Zune, man. You can switch your phone to a frickin' sidekick.
I want a sidekick. Sidekicks were the coolest.
Unfortunately, sidekicks in my phone too. The little slider phone. 2 months from now, not gonna work.
What, really?
Yeah, they're taking down all the networks for older phones, so you have to have at least a 4 phone or it won't work. For the cell towers.
Guess I won't have a phone.
Oh, is yours like an old one that doesn't work on the 4G or 5G networks?
I don't know, really. It says 3G on it.
Yeah, if it uses 3G, yeah, you're hosed.
It's time to have a talk with Cricket.
Remember how I gave you that iPhone?
Still have to talk to Cricket.
Yeah, I just
I'm
learned about that.
not paying for a phone. I'm not gonna have a fucking phone payment. That's stupid. I can't comprehend why people are like okay
Yes,
with
yes.
dropping all this money to buy a phone.
But you already have a phone.
I said, yeah, I'm gonna use it. And if that breaks, then I don't know. I'm gonna keep getting hand-me-downs is basically it, or buying like the old one. I'll get like the oldest supported phone
Yeah.
that I can get, so I can call and text.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Which really sucks because I always wanted to get that frickin' phone from the Matrix. But they only sell them in China, but you can actually like set them up so that they will work here. But the
Really?
thing is that they don't have the they don't have a spring load because there's nowhere for the spring load to do. So you have to manually slide it, but it's still the phone. They had to actually put a CO2 thing in it, and they had like
make
3
it
different
do that.
phones to make it do that.
Oh my god!
Excellent.
Movie magic.
Yep.
I was a little worried that my phone feels like it doesn't hold a charge as long as it does, and I know a lot of people have that issue with their phones that are like a year old. This phone is maybe 10. I'm trying to think of when I got it, but yeah, it's about that old. It's really old. And yeah, it's like as late as like last year, it would hold a charge for like a week and a half. Now I think it holds a charge even when I'm like not receiving constant texts and calls for a couple days. And that seems like a lot to some of you folks out there, but for me, it feels like it's instant. The juice is gone.
I don't know how often I charge my phone because I just have a charger in a lot of different places. There's one at work. There's one in my car. There's one in the bedroom. So I just plug it in a lot.
I set mine down. I mean, I could get in that habit, but I don't know. The battery life is deteriorating that fast, then whatever. What you said, a couple months?
Yeah, the beginning of
Everyone?
next year.
Everyone's doing this. Everyone's tearing down their like.
I mean, I know Verizon's leading the charge, but it's everybody's
So I'm like,
towers are
well, who
getting
owns Cricket?
swapped
Sprint.
out.
Sprint owns them. Okay.
So it's like you might have to talk with them specifically, but they are like a lot of places. They're starting to it's getting phased out.
All right. Well, that sucks. All right. Oh, we talk a lot about film today.
Hey, it's important.
I guess I'll get that smartphone with a nice camera on it that I can upload pictures to the Nexus Lives Instagram.
Yeah, that you never upload anything to.
That's right.
Me all by
I've been
myself.
I have my
dying.
Instagram that I don't.
I don't
upload
have
anything.
any cool pictures. I have some pictures of my cat saved.
I'm a lurker.
Some birds. There's a picture of a bruise on my knee. There's some
Nexus
titties.
Lives related.
Not my titties, someone else's titties, so I can't post those.
Nexus
Oh,
Lives
no.
related.
I have that cool dress that I just got.
Yeah.
What's that?
Leather mommy.
Heck yeah.
From her hot friend from the goth club.
Oh, yeah. Who's her hot friend from the golf club?
You saw pictures of her.
I did.
What's her name?
Mandy.
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 Why didn't we be talking about wrestling?
Nicholas
We
Cage
we
must
were,
have
and then we went there.
trying to save
Saw
her.
you going there.
I said Nicholas Cage must have like been trying to save her.
What?
There's a movie called Mandy. It's literally Mandy. It's got like black metal type font for the name Mandy. It's like an action
Speaking
horror
of-
film, art
Speaking of some
film,
obscure shit.
starring Nicolas Cage. Creepy cult kidnaps his wife. He's a lumberjack in the woods, and they like
That sounds
they
awesome.
torture and rape her and stuff like that, and leave him for dead. And it's the first half is pretty much the setup, and the second half is Nicolas Cage getting crazy acid fueled revenge.
Acid fueled.
It's not. It's like really bad acid too. It's like it's a bad batch. so everybody in the movie is insanely high at all times. So it has like a lot of
This really
crazy effects
sounds like
and
something
words
where
and
Nicolas
stuff.
Cage can really
Oh god, it's
let his color shine.
it's so good, but you have to be prepared because it's not like you're watching like frickin' John Wick or something. It's not straight up balls to the walls action. It's a really slow, dragging, methodical build with a lot of heavy metal themes, and then it turns into a crazy acid trip like grindhouse film of just death with a really horror film kind of atmosphere to it. Got chainsaw fights, kung fu,
I would watch this.
shit tons of over the top acting.
Well, you said Nicolas Cage, so I assume.
Yes,
that much.
yes. Well, I mean, he can play it. He can play it cool too.
I mean, he did Into the Spider-Verse, right?
But yeah, he
I'm taking this cube thing
he
with me.
he dials it up to that 11 that he likes to put it at, and he leaves it there at the end. It's great.
Okay.
I'm excited and also concerned for what are they doing? The Color Out of Space? No. There's a H.P. Lovecraft movie that they're doing
Haven't heard
that
of
Nicolas
this.
Cage is going to be in.
Gotcha. The only Nicolas Cage movie that I've heard about recently that's getting filmed is another crazy grindcore house movie where it's like Nicolas Cage fighting a bunch of electronic animals in a amusement park. And I am first day
This is
seeing
like
that.
Five Nights at Freddy's live action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
It
with
is
Nicolas
Color Out of
Cage.
Space.
Okay.
Color Out of Space.
Yes.
Okay.
H.P. Lovecraft story.
Well, I'm sure he'll at least be great in it.
What book is that from?
I
Or
mean,
is it an original
there's-
work by H.P. Lovecraft?
It's an
Because-
original work by H.P. Lovecraft.
So how do you pull that off?
What?
He's dead.
Oh my god.
Cthulhu finds a way.
Cthulhu photography.
The old
Cthulhu relay.
relay. Cthulhu relay. The old ones. They speak to us.
Is there any?
Suddenly they think this is a Satan podcast, but this is not Satan.
Hail Satan!
The old gods supersede Satan, right? So
Oh, okay.
if
So
you're gonna praise
we're not an
higher
old
power
and the new kind of place.
or a lower power, or it's more of an all-around power. it's like the Force, but with tentacles.
Homa Bolja. Shabranigdo.
No. Shogoth?
Hellmaster Fabrizzo.
No. Who's the Haster? Praise Haster.
I don't know. I'm more of a Gov worshiper.
God. Who's Conan's god?
Crom.
Phil Todd was telling me all about some crazy shit that like Conan has been doing in the comics lately, including like shooting himself up to the sun to like break a curse that involves like he's like cursed until the earth burns beneath his feet, so he like takes like pockets of dirt in the spacecraft up to the sun and like sprinkles it, and somehow he survives. Yes.
Yes.
Are there any other big topics we got?
I know the biggest topic, it seems, in the music scene on the YouTubes, and you saw from that little video that I did, is a big thing is Instagram guitarists faking their guitar playing by they can play guitar, but what they do is they record at really slow speeds or just slightly slower speeds and then speed up the tracks so that it looks like that they can play faster in order to sell products to teach you to play faster at guitar.
And what about that hot blonde chick that you like?
I know.
Figure out if she was legit or not.
I don't know. I don't. If she is doing it, it's. I believe that probably what she's doing.
Who got really good in like a year or so.
Yeah, people. It's like she could be BS, which I put very much in there as a possibility. But I mean, it could also just be because, like, to me, there's two factions of people that are against this. There's people. Well, there's probably more than that, but the two big ones that I'm seeing are the people that are really, really focused on the people that are speeding up their tracks, and then there's the people that are focusing on the ones that
they know enough to make it look like they're playing.
They pre-recorded the track, they played it themselves, but then to make it more interesting are miming the playing for angles and stuff like that. There's people that slam on that too. And I think she is probably just recording the track and then miming what she already made to make a more visually interesting video or a better audio video. And I have nothing against people that mime stuff that they've already played, because it's all about production at that point. They're just trying to record it good and then making a good video to go with it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I mean, when we did our music video, when we did like the scenes, it's not like we were actually playing it live there.
Yeah.
You know.
But there's some people that feel like
we did actually record that song. We did play it.
Yeah. There are just some people
but it would
that
sound like shit if we tried to do like all that crazy cool stuff and we're doing it in like a live environment with like all that
Don't
echo
tell
in
people that
in that space. You are talking over me again.
But you're not supposed to tell people that you can't do flips and shit while you're playing bass.
It's pretty obvious if you watch music videos that everyone does this. Like, that's a thing. Like,
only true musicians.
Like we watch like the Frog Leap Studios.
Yeah.
I'm sure he records that stuff beforehand before he does like a million different angles of the stuff that he does, or whatever.
Yeah, it's just that some people feel like it might be cheating because it's like, it's obvious in a music video, but these videos, it's like they should be seen, in my opinion, as like a music video, but they see it more as like a live take, and they feel like they're cheating by miming stuff that they play, even if some sections that was actually a recording of them playing it, but then they add other sections to make it visually interesting, to have camera angle shifts, because they only got one camera. And then they think that that's cheating because they didn't really play it at that point in time.
I mean, you're entertaining people, so I don't really see the issue there. Like, if you make your video more interesting than some low quality, like I used my phone, posted up on my like on a bedpost, recording me with low audio and visual quality, and then like just posting it like, oh, it's pure, hashtag no filter, hashtag just me, hashtag whatever. Yeah, it's a crap video. Thanks, you're cool, I guess. I'm sure that sounds really good if I was there with you, but I'm not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm watching videos, and if I see like that grainy video and that crappy audio, I'm gonna turn it away. And if it's just like a shot of one guy playing a song just sitting there on his bed, like I don't want to watch that. That's not entertaining to me. You had to play something pretty miraculous for me to stick around at that point, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that second part where like they're doing cuts and you're miming it, but
but
the slowing it down and then
Yeah.
picking up, like that's you not being able to play it at speed, right? That's actually
Exactly.
lack of ability, and that's bothersome to me.
Yeah. Well, see, but
To pretend
I
that
don't.
you're able to do a thing that you're not.
I don't find it too bothersome other than tricking people to buy products that you made when you're not even able to play what you're showing. Like, because to me, as long as it's just them doing it themselves and they're not trying to hawk anything, I don't see it as a problem. It's because they're really only cheating themselves at that point.
Yeah.
Creating expectations that they can't really live up to.
Exactly. So they're just
The
going to
dan-
make
the danger-
themselves look bad in the long
The
run.
danger there is like, you know, they might go a pretty long ways before they get exposed, and they might gain a
Well,
pretty
but
heavy
I'm not even
following.
sure exposing them is even necessary. It's because it falls on them more than anything, because
No,
they're
we're
gonna
just trying to-
always know that they really aren't as good as they're putting it out there.
Some people don't care. They just want the attention.
And
that's a lot of what this has to do.
power to them, I guess. I mean, because I think if you're into it and you like how it sounds, whatever, go for it. Just, be mindful that they may not be actually as good as you may think.
From a personal standpoint, I would, feel much more good about myself if I actually learned how to play the song
Yeah.
and then didn't record it, versus like kind of getting there and then recording it and putting it out on the internet. I'd rather actually be able to do the thing.
Yeah.
Rather than show people this thing that I could almost do.
Yeah. To me, from a writer's perspective, I know I tend to record a lot stuff that may even technically be outside of my capabilities at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there'll be things where I can play it, but it takes me like 100 takes to get it right.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
And then it eventually gets to the point where I get better because I've technically faked my ability to play it to myself with my little demos
Fake
that
it
I
so you
make.
make it.
And
Yeah.
then I'm
you
able
use-
to get to the point where I can get better at it. But, when you're using it to show off, hey, this is
Yeah.
what I can do and I am God's gift to mankind, and you can't even do it.
Like, you're recording a demo of what you've done. To,
It's
train yourself.
lame, but I don't think it's a problem for people to enjoy it if they see it. And I don't think it's really cheating anybody, because it's not like they're going to be able to hit a stage and play it live at all anyway. And they will get caught miming it and stuff, and people berate them eventually.
Instagram's weird.
Social media is weird.
Yeah, it's really hard to get into the social media thing. I'm not a very social media person
You do
in
a pretty
any way,
good
shape,
job
or form.
at it.
Single-handedly running our Facebook and our Instagram, posting every day.
It's all by sheer force and will.
Force of
it's-
will.
I just ask people questions. I find a picture and then I'm like, what is your favorite so-and-so? How do you feel about this? What are you doing tonight? I'm doing this.
She's got twice as many stalkers as the next highest number of stalkers in the band.
Do I?
Yes,
I only have one.
2 now.
I have two?
Yeah,
I have another stalker?
that guy that wants to tie you up.
Oh, he doesn't even know I'm in a band.
Yeah,
He's
tell
just
him that.
a stalker.
I didn't say it was band related. I just said you have twice as many stalkers.
Okay.
Why doesn't anybody stalk me?
Because you're trying too hard, Kurt. Because you try too hard. You're not authentic.
Look at this body. I work out so hard for all you creepo people to perv on me, and nobody does. Not man, not woman, nothing.
It's okay, Kurt.
He's not picky. He'll take anything.
I just want to be
Like and
perv
subscribe
guy.
and hit that bell icon
Yeah.
to give Kurt validation.
Give me validation.
Give me compliments.
Give me compliments.
So, I noticed that you have Welcome to Horrorland. And I never noticed that before.
No, you just noticed that.
And that is my favorite Goosebumps book of all time. And I want to play that game at some point.
It's a very childish game. I got it because we were getting into like a board game phase like 5 years ago, me and some of my friends. And so I bought Betrayal at the House on the Hill. That game is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And I got all my friends into that, and we would play that like crazy. And then I got Infiltration was another one that's really good. It's a lot more simplistic. And so then my brother, I believe, got me that Welcome to Horrorland game because I got that. And it's a little bit more like child friendly, but it's still fun. It's got like
Ages 8+.
yeah.
I'm 8+.
It's got the same kind of feel as a lot of the other board games, but it's a little bit more toned down for children. But it's not as complex as that like Goosebumps board game that came out. That was like the first Goosebumps board game when we were like really little kids. Oh, you don't remember that?
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, really?
Dude, I had It from the Pit. It was literally just roll a dice, see how far you move, and with like a thing in the middle that like pull on its arm and pull your piece into the middle.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to start from the beginning.
But yeah, they got a lot of crazy cool board games now. Yeah, my friends were in it for a good couple of years, and then I guess it kind of died out, so we don't really do board game nights anymore.
I'm not super into board games. I hate like having to like learn new rules for a new game. Like every time I have like 3 friends that all collect board games. They have like shelves and shelves and shelves of them. And then and for a while they're like every fucking week they're like, "Hey man, let's play this new board game I bought." I'm like, "Buddy, you wasted $60 if you're trying to get me to play that game."
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit and like watch this movie and or play this game that I already know how to play.
Yeah.
I also enjoy
I just
want to
relax. I don't want to like read a manual and then like fiddle my way through a game and then realize, oh, we played it wrong.
Yeah.
Let's play again.
Because it's really easy to do that with
Let's play this
that
next
Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
That's a really easy game.
That game, but it's got like a lot of complex crap in the manual that's really easy to get wrong. Because the first half is easy. It's when you hit the second half is when the weird rules hit in, because that's when the betrayal happens. And so there's like a million of them. And
they have so many like twists on that, right?
Yeah.
But the base game, the base rules are very simple. It's very easy to set up, and that makes it okay for me.
The expansion for it came out right when we were starting to get out of it, because we were like, oh man, we could get the expansion, but it never happened because we pretty much stopped our board game night.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I know, but that game is a blast. It's hard to get anybody to play it with me, though.
I do.
Maybe what we'll do.
Maybe
we'll podcast that. We'll do a board game. Nexus plays board games, and we'll record us playing the board game.
Our buddy, whose name I will not mention because he's shy, I guess, and maybe won't want his name plastered all over the internet. But he's been getting us into. What's that game that you guys have been playing?
I got him into that game.
Oh.
Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's a great game. You should play it. The last expansion came out. There will be no more.
Perfect.
Exactly.
It's all about the contents for the used tubes.
Yeah, are we gonna get taken off for me like doing that song?
No.
I hope not. That was excellence right there. My guile goes with everything.
It does.
Scatting
goes with absolutely everything.
Guile's theme. Hashtag Street Fighter. Hashtag Street Fighter 2. Hashtag Street Fighter 2 Ultra.
Hashtag
Street Fighter 2 Special Edition.
Hashtag Fight Street.
Hashtag Streets Rage. Hashtag Streets Rage 2.
But Fight Street, I'm pretty sure.
Hashtag
Correct
King
me
of
if I'm
Fighters.
wrong.
Hashtag
But
Deck
Fight
Four.
Street is actually the first Street Fighter.
Really? I didn't play that one. Sounds dumb.
It was apparently really bad. And then it turned into Street Fighter 2.
See, I wasn't wrong. Fight Street.
I think it was because it was bad translation.
Anyway, sorry. Forced segue. Did we have any questions from any of our viewers from before that we need to address as we
I would have led with them. If they had any questions, I'd have led up with them.
Okay.
I haven't gotten any
yeah.
questions. Pretty much no questions. Just, space, adventure, wanting to know when he's getting that coffee date with Kelsey.
It'll happen.
Do you think he listens to these? He probably listens to these. Hi, man.
Space Adventure, you're my dog.
Just call him a dog. Anyway, I think we should put the questions at the end so that they're forced to listen to the whole podcast before they get to them.
Oh,
Genius.
You tease.
That's not even teasing. I'm telling them straight up right now. This is the expectation.
Well, if we get some questions, send us questions. Please, dear God, give us questions. We'll answer them, I swear.
You can ask us anything, really. It doesn't matter the subject. We're doing this mostly because we're bored.
Put them wherever you want them.
Yeah. That's unnecessary. But anyway, we're Nexus Lives. Peace.